to congratulate my right honourable friend for securing this debate and to everyone who's spoken, highlighting the very real practical challenges that the poultry industry are facing as a result of this incident, but also our wild bird population. I'd just like to start my remarks by alerting the Minister to an incident which happened in my constituency last week, when members of the public reported to me, and as they should have done to Shropshire Council and the Environment Agency, sightings of dead geese around the River Severn near the bridge in Bridge North. I immediately contacted Shropshire Council, who very promptly sent an animal health officer to investigate as they could. By the time the animal health officer had arrived, the birds in question were in the river and were not on public land as they had thought, and therefore were inaccessible to the animal health officer. They contacted the APHA, who did not have a watercraft available to assist, and therefore there was a delay. The next time there was an inspection 3 days later, the birds had not surprisingly disappeared. It's a fast-flowing river. I think there is a question of resourcing and having a sort of capacity somewhere within the EA's workforce to be able to respond to incidents. I appreciate this is difficult to do right across the country, but there is no doubt now that this is becoming endemic within the wild bird population, in particular migratory wildfowl, who can travel all over the country, as we've heard from honourable members. Just in relation to the poultry industry, my constituency in South Shropshire has a significant number of poultry farmers of several types, and I would just like to pay tribute to a constituent of mine who's actually present in the public gallery today, who happens to be, he's a farmer, he's a poultry farmer, James Motter said. He happens to be chairman of the NFU Poultry Board and has been engaging very well with the officials in the Minister's Department in DEFRA, and I'd like to pay tribute to the efforts that they are putting into trying to help find resolution. A couple of quick challenges to build on what's been said by other honourable members. In relation to compensation, as my right honourable friend said, given the speed with which this disease can take hold in a shed which becomes infected, it is simply no good to be able to only pay on birds that remain alive when the vast majority may have been killed by the disease before the appropriate approval has been granted. And I think we do need to look at this compensation mechanism. One of the knock-on effects of having inadequate compensation for farmers is that the insurance which has been available has now been withdrawn, because the insurer has no expectation that there will be a contribution towards the loss, and therefore they've just withdrawn cover. And what that is going to mean is that sheds will not be restocked in the event of an incident, even once the biosecurity efforts have been completed, because the cost of insurance, well, the insurance is, first of all, is not available. Were it available, it is far too heavy. If we have a more realistic compensation payment, I think that would help resolve that problem. And that applies both to layers as well as to broilers. The final thing I would just say is, I'm conscious that we've got to conclude, Sir George, is that the solution to this is clearly going to be an effective vaccination. And I would just encourage the Minister to pick up the observations made across the floor of the House today, that this has to be given the same kind of priority as we gave to vaccinating COVID, if we're going to have a poultry industry in this country, and if we're going to have wild birds flourishing as we would all like.